buddy. How do I say this? I miss you. A lot has changed, but some things stay the same. When I go to the stable, I almost half expect to see your cute face sticking out of the stall looking at me expectantly for a treat I may have in my pocket. That's what stayed the same, but what's different is that you aren't there to receive it. I often wonder what it would be like if you were still alive. Would I be getting a chance to ride all these different horses? Would I even be riding or seeing you around anymore? All these questions may never be answered, but one thing's for sure. You taught me, and you taught me well. I used to ride this little gray pony mare named Cassie, who I had to leave behind and never see again in order to follow what I really wanted. I later found out that I needed to do that in order to move forward. At first, it was a very hard decision for me. I spent hours trying to figure out what I wanted. Then, I decided to take a lesson at this new place and I met you. It wasn't love at first sight, for sure. I remember that I got off of you frustrated since you didn't listen to what I had to say. Kinda went at your own pace and did what you wanted. That taught me I can't always get my way. I know that I can't always get what I want, but the way that you taught me this brought it to a new level of understanding. Then we moved to jumping and that was tough. I couldn't see a distance to save my life. You leapt the long distances and scrambled through the short ones as I flopped around the saddle like a fish out of water, getting left behind and falling heavy on your back. But not once did you kick, bite, or buck. You just slowed down and let me regain my balance and we kept going. It's a special trait of yours. You never ever lost your cool or patience with me, and I think that's a very memorable attribute that you had. On the days that the distances were good, you threw your heart and soul into each and every step and jump. It may have looked like you were just doing your job, but it felt like so much more. I found my fondness for trail rides with you. At the old farm, there was a big field in the back of the property. I remember the first time I rode you out there. It was with my instructor on her horse Cheyenne, and we rode back there together. It was so fun. On our first trail ride at a park, we did a lot of fast riding, and it was literally the most fun ever. We were quite hot, sweaty, and tired after, but our spirits couldn't be higher. I leased you for a month in August of last year, and I learned so much. Believe it or not, tacking up was hard for me. So I was like, uh-oh, this isn't going to go too well. But you stood there half asleep as I poked and prodded at you, trying to get the tack on. Throughout the month, I rode you mostly without a saddle. I did many other stupid things, like trying to mount without a mounting block, cantering you in the field tackless, laying down on you as you walked, and several other things. You just gave me that "are you kidding me" look, and then ignored me. It was such an amazing experience, and you taught me so much that month. At this point, I was sure that we would have a bright future together, but boy was I wrong. The last day of the lease, it rained, leaving a very large puddle in the arena. I rode you out there that day, even though you were afraid of going in that water. I talked you through the process, and by the end, we were splashing through the giant puddle, conquering the soggy, squishy, slippery sand together. I was grinning ear to ear after I hopped off of you, and something so small like that would become my favorite memory. I knew you got sick throughout the summer, but each time you were able to get through it with hand walkings and fluids. However, this time was different. I still remember that day I found out, and I was just numb about it. A few days later, it hit me, and it was heartbreaking. My favorite horse at the barn, gone, forever. It took some time for me to slowly get over it, but it doesn't change how much I miss you. In that short time we knew each other, you taught me so much, and I couldn't be more grateful for everything you have done for me. Thank you, buddy.